Welcome back to Market Pros, and here we have Bitcoin on the 4 hour. Alright, so we did make a higher high, did make a higher low. It kind of looks like we're going to 28, short and sweet. Does look like we're probably going to go to 28 unless we break down below 24,200. Now let's go over the variables and I'll tell you why I think so, and then we'll go more into the bullish and bearish cases. Alright, so your RSI is in the bullish control zone. You got rejected from the overbought region, but basically bounced off the bottom of the bullish control zone, had a little bit of a fake out. Now it looks like you could be coming back up. Now, if this is a confirmed high, and this RSI does not get back above this high, we will have a drive of bearish divergence on the 4 hour. That's if this is a confirmed high. MACD, fresh cross to the upside, first tick right now though. We are having some positive momentum, so stay tuned for that. BBWP has crossed its moving average, so here comes the volatility. Moving average is even curling around. So once that gets a positive slope, this thing's going to take off, either to the upside or the downside. But like I said, if this is a confirmed high, probably going to get a pullback, probably down to the 21, and this POC point of control on the VPVR, 24,600. Alright, that would be the pullback point that I think we would go to. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Oh, also, your moving averages had a multi-moving average crossover, which gave you this move. That's a nice move right there. Let's see, wick to wick basis. So far it's 10%. I mean, pretty good move. So let's go down to the 1 hour. 1 hour. Once again, if this is a confirmed high, we will have 3 drives of bearish divergence. MACD bouncing off that zero line, finding support on that zero line. Positive momentum's increasing slightly, and it will, let's see, RSI will cross below the EMA signal line if you get back below 26,300, which was that inflection point that we were just talking about. No, it wasn't, because it was 24,300. Alright, so your MACD got a little jumbled up there. MACD fresh, pretty fresh cross to the upside, bouncing off that zero line. Strong upside momentum, positive momentum on the histogram is increasing. BBWP is above its moving average right now. Now, if this thing curls over and crosses its moving average, we're probably going to go sideways, riding at 21. We're going to find support down here at 26K. Alright. We're also going to find major support down here at your 100 and your VPVR level right here at 24,750. And then also major support down here at 22,400. Now, if you break 22K, basically, well, no, we'll say 21,900. If you break 21,900, I would expect a retest of these lows and to fill this CME gap. You got a CME gap here coming in from 21,100 all the way down to 20,150. Alright, that's your CME gap. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Get some, so a little bit up to the right, basically having a curved bottom right here. So if you would get that pullback, you could be making a cup and handle here. RSI getting back into that bullish control zone. Once again, we will have a drive of bearish divergence if this is a confirmed high. MACD dancing around that signal line right now. If we can get back above this high, I would expect this thing to take off, at least in the short term. If we get back below the low, I would expect a pullback. Alright, so BBWP is skyrocketing. So I do expect the volatility to continue at least for a little bit longer. Either getting that pullback or going up to 28K. Now what happens to 28K? We're going to find out, because that could be a major pullback. That could be a major pullback. You know what I mean? Like, we got a lot of macro indicators firing off that's saying the lows are in. That does not mean that we can't retest close to them. All right, we already had that pullback down to 20K. So was that it? Was that it? But we'll find out, because if we do break 20K, probably gonna go back down to about 16 to 17, and then I would expect a higher low, and then a continue up from there. I do think we can have a sideways market, a little bit up to the right. I do think we will have a major pullback at some point. Thing can't go up forever. Alright, so let's go to your order blocks. So here on your daily, you did break that triple bearish supply block. So you are making a higher high right now. You did have a lower low, but now we made a higher high. Stochastic is very extended right now, all the way into the overbought extreme zone, above your signal line still. Like I said, we could have that pullback, possibly down to 24,900. 24,900 would be a good pullback level. Basically back down to these order blocks and finding support on this last high. And so your bullish case, I mean, basically that you keep going up from here. If you can break 26,800, 850, let's see here. Let's see if we can find a VPVR level or something. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so you got 30K coming up in here. So anywhere between 28 and 30K. But if you see, you're basically just going sideways here. You're basically just going sideways here. Let's go ahead and delete this. I mean, your 100 did just cross your 200. Your 21's bouncing off your 50, so it's looking good. I mean, it looks like you could get the move up to 28 to 30K. Basically where this VPVR level is. Honestly, even 29. I changed that. 29 to 30K is what I'm looking at right now. Alright, let's see if we got anything else we can see here. On the order blocks. 30K. 30K would be coming right in at this order block. I would expect a rejection from there, and then we'll come back to it. Alright, so basically your bullish case is that you get above there. Your bearish case is that you start breaking down below 21,550. You break 21,550, obviously you'd get a pullback down to the POC 19,350 and the lows. You break that, I would expect you to come down to 16 to 17K. 16 to 17K. Alright, so that's basically the bullish and bearish case for Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum. Let's see if there's a similar story here. Very similar story. No bearish divergence though to be aware of, but you could be making a lower high, entering that bullish control zone. So that's honestly, I mean, we could get a pullback down to the 50 and the 100 at 1685, where we got this purple line. I mean, your MACD, pretty strong upside curvature, positive momentum's increasing slightly. BBWP curling over, so you could come back down 1685, somewhere in that region, and then continue up. Basically the bullish case is that you break 1777, so we'll say 1780. 1780 on a 1 hour closure. I expect you to go to 19. You break 1615, I would expect a bounce to 1580, but ultimately I think you would go down to 1470. That's if you break the 1660 level. Alright, let's move on to Solana. Solana looking a little weaker here, operating on lower highs, lower lows, coming up to that bullish control zone. Are we going to get rejected? If we get rejected, I would expect at least a pullback to 1990. Alright, possibly even 1935. MACD crossing that zero line to the upside, but your positive momentum on the histogram is decreasing. We need to see it get back above that last high at 0.11, and break that last high on the histogram in order to try to get back up to this high at 2137. Alright, BBWP is working its way up slightly above its moving average, both having positive slopes, so I do expect the volatility to continue. Bullish case is that you can break 2137. If that happens, I would expect some sort of rejection at $22, but ultimately I think we would get up to 2342. Bearish case is that you break this low, 1875. You break 1875, I expect you to go all the way down to 1760, possibly even $17. $17, good round number. Probably find a lot of support there. Bitcoin's up 6% so far, and that's so far in the day. The day is very early, so we'll find out what happens today. So yeah, thanks for coming back. I wish everyone well. I will see you tomorrow.